Hey gang, this is Mike with MrNoFluff.com, and I'm bringing an emergency broadcast because this is the season for motivated sellers. Again, this is the season for motivated sellers in the 2020 economic collapse. This is what I painted a picture for you, ladies and gentlemen, for you gang that watch. You already know in 2016, I said that real estate was in a massive bubble. Many other assets are a massive bubble. I'm out, and people laughed at me. And I said gold was the play when it was at $1,100 an ounce, and people laughed at me. Now, whatever I called back in 2016 is happening right now, and this is the season for motivated sellers. This is the season for motivated sellers. Now, what type of sellers am I referring to? Well, all kinds of sellers, right? Um, we just had stock market sellers that were selling at such a fast beat that the powers to be had to unplug them from the system for 15 minutes so they couldn't sell, they couldn't access to their retirements, they couldn't access their pensions or whatever 401s to liquidate because there was so much selling. But what I want to focus on more is in the real estate aspect because I love real estate. And the reasons are I'm in total control. I don't have to be at the mercy of a stockholder, mercy of the corporations, the CEOs, the debt they take on, the business practices. I'm in total control, unlike stocks. And the great news is there are so many motivated sellers out there, and this is just the beginning of the tipping point. There's going to be a flood of highly motivated sellers out there, and this is the season for motivated sellers in the business of subject to investing. Okay. Subject to investing simply means that the seller has a loan on their property and they're highly motivated and they're willing to just let you become the owner. They're willing to just give you the deed. And what the investor has to do, I keep saying you, but I'm talking about the investor. What the investor has to do is just make the monthly payments. Like if they got the loan for the property, but they didn't get the loan, the seller got the loan. Why would a seller be willing to just let me or an average investor that has these skill sets just to take over their payments? Well, this is something that the Fed, central bankers, loose lending, easy money, and all this has combined together with tariffs, with so many other stuff, geopolitical stuff that has created the situation that we are now, where there's going to be massive runs on the stocks. There's going to be massive uh, people losing their pensions, their retirements. And this is not financial advice, not financial advice. This is just my personal opinions. But it looked like back in 2016, I called it right on gold. I called it right on the economy. And we are seeing the effects of it now, where we saw over 2,000 points down today in the U.S. stock market, but not only in America, globally, right? Globally. And I've been saying that we're going to see a losses of 40 to 60%, and we just saw in the gas sector, in the petrol sector, a 30% drop in just one trading session, right? One trading session, 30%. So it can easily 40 to 60% off in multiple trading sessions, right? If in one day, if one sector can go. Now, this sector employs a lot of different workers, factories, uh, towns, communities, and as these corporations that are in the sector are over leveraged, just like the home builders that I brought to you guys. And once these companies can't make their debt payments, then there's going to be more domino effect that's going to happen, uh, on top of all the geopolitical trauma, tariffs, printing of money, derivatives, and we haven't even talked about derivatives or anything like that. Just this aspect. So there's going to be a lot of motivated sellers out there in all aspects of real estate and entrepreneurship. But today I want to focus on subject to investing, because there's going to be so many motivated sellers out there that must sell, and they're not going to be able to sell traditionally, going with a normal homeowner, and which creates a great opportunity. Opportunity comes when there's a lot of risk, a lot of unknown, and a lot of fear. And we have those things in play right now. There's a lot of fear, a lot of unknown. There's a lot of movement in the markets. And that's going to create a lot of motivated sellers, especially sellers that have been trying to sell their home for 6 weeks or 6 months or 2 years. They're now going to be even more motivated, especially if they own their house free and clear. Now, if they own their house free and clear, beautiful. If they don't, they have a mortgage, beautiful. Because if an investor has the skill sets, and if you don't have the skill sets, then I highly recommend going to my website at MrNoFluff.com and downloading my brain, 25 years of experience, for pennies on the dollar. I've documented, I made videos, I made books about it. And this is a gentleman, myself, that I can't even read, I can't write, I flunk speech, I flunk English, and this is my calling, so I'm just doing it for you guys, okay? For example, in my virtual wholesaling, I show you guys how we talk to motivated sellers over the phone, what we tell them, when we tell them, what kind of questions we ask them, how we ask these questions, and so on and so on. It's a full day seminar, okay? Because the importance of knowing who the audience is, the importance of being able to filter those people that call you, the leads that call you, to know who your audience, who your true audience is golden. Because if you're chasing the wrong tree and thinking it's going to provide you an apple, and it's not an apple tree, then you're never going to get any apples, and you think the system doesn't work. But if you know who your audience is, that you're looking for an apple tree, then if you go to the wrong tree, and this is a walnut tree, or this is a mango tree, or this is a whatever, say, no, this is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that apple tree. So the importance of being identify, a bunch of different trees, and to know which fruit are you looking for, is the key. And that's what I show you guys in the virtual wholesaling, to find deals, what I call subject to, because there's going to be so many sellers. And with the bug out there, it doesn't make sense to drive to everyone's home. It doesn't make sense to, sit in traffic and do all that crazy stuff like old school, because we have a new way of doing it. And I'm letting you guys download it on my virtual wholesaling course at MrNoFluff.com. We only have 3 left, guys. It's $157. Normally, I sell this course for $4,000. $4,000. You can get it for $157. We had 50. Now we're at 3. So highly recommend going downloading it, putting the money into your brain. And the reason I'm giving it away for such a pennies on the dollar fire sale is because I want to help you become your dreams. This is the best time to do it. Okay. Why is this the best time? Well, because there's blood in the streets, there's panic, there's fear. We have this corona bug virus going on. We have the world manufacturing shutting down, China. We have tariffs. Today, we had oil and wars between Russia and um, the Saudis, the OPEC, you know, you know, and in the middle of all this, the markets are crashing. So, creates great opportunity. I know so many sellers that have VA loans, which they didn't even put no money down on their houses, guys. So they bought a house, they were in the military, and because of relaxed lending, because of loose lending that's been going on, which I've been reporting on my YouTube channel, these soldiers, they don't know any better. They listen to the bankers, they listen to the mortgage brokers, they listen to the real estate agent. They went and qualified for all these beautiful homes, and with no money down, they just got to walk in. And what do you think is going to happen when the market is tanking as I'm speaking to their so what equity? Well, they don't have any equity. They just bought it in the last 2 or 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, doesn't matter, because of amortization. What the loans, what the bankers do with the loans. But these VA loans are going to be, extremely low interest rates. They're going to have marginal or no equity. And these home sellers are going to be motivated because one way or another, if things go really bad, then we're going to war, just like we did in World War II. We get out of the World War I, and that was the start of the American uh, empire because we were the producers of the world. No one else was producing stuff, and then by the next crash, um, here we go. We got to go to war. And so there's a possibility that war will come and create more chaos because you can see that once the system breaks, everyone's for themselves. Like what happened with Russia and Saudi Arabia. The OPEC wanted to reduce the oil so the price wouldn't drop. Russia's like, hey, this is not to our benefit. You know what I'm saying? When we know because they're tired of the petrodollar, they're tired of um, Big Brother monetizing, not monetizing, weaponizing the dollar and sanctioning all kinds of countries, and so this is an opportunity where probably Russia saw that hey, the petrodollar is in trouble, and why should I support it? And now we saw a significant collapse of the petro fuel guys and the barrels, and so what that means is as more tensions go up, there's a possibility of war down the line. But for sure, there's going to be shortages of supplies that we already see happening, from your cell phone to your car maker to many different places. And there's going to be shortages of products, especially in America, considering we don't make anything. I mean, when I say we don't make anything, we really don't make anything. We make so little. We make debt. We make debt instruments. Wall Street does that, and we make bombs, right? But it's not like we're the manufacturing of cars, or it's not like we manufacture our bikes or our computers, or I mean, literally, we outsource everything to third world countries. Our corporations use them for pennies on the dollar. That's why I created the VA book, because why should AT&T, why should Amazon be able to hire people in third world countries for 75 cents an hour? So, 25 years of experience. I was outsourcing back in 1999, 2000, 2001. I packaged a course for you guys that I used in my own personal business, my moving company, my real estate brokerage, buying houses, where I show you guys how to find virtual assistants to work for you for less than $1 per hour. $1 per hour. That's $120 for one full month of work. That's four weeks, 40 hours for $120. So I mean, you can see that as a small guy, if you use this creativity, imagination, you can make so much money. That's because the big guys are doing it, right? And you can see why we outsource everything. We outsource everything from support all the way to the production of stuff now. And so what made us powerful back in the days over 100 years ago, which was production of stuff, we're now not doing that. We're delegating that, which will cause significant pain and suffering when the petrodollar, when the U.S. dollar loses faith and loses, credibility because of us weaponizing the dollar, sanctioning everyone, butting in into everyone's business. Meanwhile, creating massive inflation, which the cost of goods go up and up, where the average citizen, their wife has to work, the husband has to work, childcare has to take care of their kids. They can't even spend time with them. They got to be indebted so much because the cost of living is going up. Where cost of colleges is going up off the roof, cost of medicine is going up off the roof. Even though that technology has made things a lot easier. For example, to produce a car today, they have machines to do it. So instead of the cost of cars going down because they have a better system of making it, the cost of cars has gone up, right? So, uh, in a nutshell, the elites, as planned, you know, are siphoning the riches of the working class, and the stock market, in my opinion, is just a Ponzi scheme that they make everyone think that the property's going up, if it's their real estate or if it's their stocks. But in reality, it's the elite bankers, the Fed. They're controlling all this, pulling the strings. But at this point, they look like they lost control, because they overdid it, and you know, and we're heading into a worldwide collapse because not only in Germany, not only in Spain, not only in France, not only in so many different places, we're seeing these central bankers, fractional reserve lending, uh, just destroyed not only the planet, the workers, the community, and so on. Um, if you guys have any questions, leave a comment. I'd be happy to take some of these questions. Let's see. Jonathan, what's going on? He said if only you could reach one person. Hey guys, it's a great day to be alive and to live in America and to live in one of these free countries. Without a doubt, it's a great opportunity. Not many people are going to see it. They're going to have fear, but I think for a small amount of people, it's a great opportunity. And for me, it's an extreme opportunity. And I've actually been buckling down, hitting up the motivated sellers list that I've been building for a while, and working them. And because I know there are so many motivated sellers out there right now, and as the markets tank, they're going to start unfortunately realizing that, hey, what I told them a year ago, what I told them 3 months ago is now coming true, that, hey, your equity is going to evaporate. You know what I mean? And I think that they're going to see that right now, that, dude, they better go ahead and sell it to me because I'm the guy. I'm the guy that can help them out. So I'm super stoked. I'm super excited. Just okay. My man asked about what's going on with Bitcoin, man. Um, I mean, in the long run, I'm bullish on Bitcoin, but I don't know what's going to happen in the short term. It looks like there's a bloodbath happening, but for sure, gold looks like it's going up, which I definitely anticipated back in 2016. But Bitcoin is very speculative, and I knew it going in, you know, but I think that in 5 to 7 years, um, it's going to be doing really good. And when I got into it, I didn't do it for a short-term play or a medium-term play. It was like 7 to 10 year move for me. And I've already been in it for a couple of years, so I got at least like 7 more years before I even take a look at it. Um, but I think Bitcoin is the future for us to have freedom from stinky bankers, from endless wars. Um, and I think it's going to bring freedom and eliminate the bankers, which is very, very powerful. Thomas Jefferson said that. Um, bankers suck, dude. bankers suck, especially when they're printing out the money. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Much love to you guys.